Welcome back, you guys. With Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Flag Day just around the corner, I wanted to make this patriotic flag cake. It's made using my favorite vanilla layer cake recipe, and I've colored it red using a bit of gel food coloring. So I ended up making 3 tall 8-inch layers, and I've trimmed them in half to create 6 of these red layers. I wanted them to be pretty thin because I want them to be almost the same size as the amount of frosting we're adding to them, so I tried to keep them nice and thin, and then I'm also adding a very generous layer of my vanilla buttercream. I always like to frost my cakes in American buttercream, but you can use whatever you prefer. A Swiss meringue or Italian would also work great with this cake. Once 4 of these red layers were stacked, it's time to add in the blue portion of the flag. So I made a really thick blue cake layer using the same size cake pans, and I used a 4-inch cake cutter to remove the center. I placed this on top of my red layers and then used the same size circle cutter to make small circles to place inside of it. So it seems strange now, but when we cut into it, you'll understand why this creates the pattern. So once all the cake layers were stacked, I added a thin crumb coat using the same buttercream we used to fill the cake. So I spread it around using my offset spatula first, and I then smoothed it using my bench scraper. I chilled this in the freezer for about 5 minutes until it was nice and firm to the touch, and then I began adding on the decoration to the sides of the cake. To mix things up a little bit, I decided to add on the stripes using a Wilton 1M tip, which is just an open star tip. It creates a really fun pattern on the stripes, and I think it gives the cake just a little bit more flair. You could definitely just pipe on regular stripes and smooth them if you want, but I decided to go this route also with the blue that I added onto the top of the cake. Using the blue frosting, I made one giant spiral on top of the cake, and once that was fully filled in, I cut out some fondant stars using a 1-inch star cutter. I decided to cut out quite a few stars just because it's always better to have too many than too few, and I wanted to line the entire top of the cake with these stars, so I left the fondant pretty thick, and I then inserted toothpicks into each star. I want to prop them up vertically, so this will help make it a lot easier to stick them into the frosting. I like using toothpicks just because they're sturdy, but if you're really opposed to that, you could also use dry spaghetti strands, or you could just stick them into the frosting themselves. This cake really is a super easy design. I can't believe we're already done with it. But now it's time for the best part, to cut in and see that really fun flag pattern. This cake really is a perfect way to celebrate any patriotic holiday, or in my case, my birthday, since I'm born on Flag Day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons below.